Well, life as we know it is going to be very different come midnight as we go into a 21-day lockdown. Only essential services will be operational. The country currently has 709 confirmed COVID-19 cases, most of them in Gauteng. Let's speak now to the City of Johannesburg's Mayor, Jeff Makubo. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. First of all, what can citizens of Johannesburg expect to see in terms of police and army presence, roadblocks on the streets as we move closer to the lockdown this afternoon?
Good morning to you and good morning to the viewers. We expect the citizens of Johannesburg to be home, to lock down, to hit the call by the President, because JMPD, South African Police Service, and SANDF will be all out ensuring that they enforce the lockdown. So we believe that the citizens of Johannesburg are very responsible and they'll hit the call.
Absolutely, and that is the main thing. We want people to stay at home. Have you got a sense of the volume of roadblocks? I think we're just trying to get our heads around, will there be a roadblock at every street? Is it only on the main roads? Can you give us an idea of the scale of the roadblocks we can expect in Johannesburg?
Well, there'll be a roadblock there and then throughout the city, but there'll be serious patrols throughout the Johannesburg roads, informal settlements, Ababia, townships. There'll be patrolled by both, by all three spheres of government, being SAPS, JMPD and SNDF.
I was going to ask how the Metro cops fit into this. We know that the police are in charge and the SANDF is there to assist them. What is the role of the Metro Police in all of this?
The Metro Police would understand the area better, SAPS, because they have more powers under the Police Act. So they are in charge overall of the people going in the streets and the accreditations. However, JMPD will be backing up SAPS because we've got more reach on the ground than SAPS, especially in Johannesburg. So then we'll be patrolling, and SAPS will be helping us.
Could you speak to residents' concerns about actually getting through the roadblocks once the lockdown comes into place? If you need to go shopping, how does it work? Because there's a sense that you might just have to be convincing someone every single time that you need to go and do your shopping. How easy is it going to be to get through a patrol or a roadblock to go and do your essential shopping?
We believe that it would be easier because patrols will be everywhere. So, we expect one person per home to be out. We don't expect tomorrow to be as heavy as Saturday, Sunday, because I think it will be a transition day tomorrow. To be very soft to say, look, go home, please, where are you going? Please go get the essentials. So it's don't be very easy from Saturday also.
I see. So it's going to be just a little bit of an easing in as we also become familiar and some of our questions are answered. It's easy to tell someone who lives in a lovely home with a garden to stay at home. But we think particularly of poor people at this stage who have very little, if any, outside space around their homes, who might be living in a shack. What provisions are you making for the poor to make sure that this lockdown is not excruciating for them?
We are trying as much as possible to get easy movement from, let's say, informal settlements to the nearest supermarket. We'll be having very scaled down transport moving around. However, as I say, we'll be easing in just to see distances from these poor areas to the nearest shop and all that, so that we can help them. We can assist them because the issue really is to lock down, to avoid COVID, to avoid the corona, to contain it. So it's not really about a state of emergency or so. So as I said, it will be easing in, and especially those who are far from shopping complexes or something like that, would be helping them. We'll try as much as possible to help them to the nearest shop also, because we know they buy food on a daily basis. Unlike the suburbia where they buy for a month or so.
There is an innovative plan around homeless people. There was a press communique last night that the homeless are going to be accommodated at some of the school hostels around Johannesburg, including Parktown Boys High, Jeppe, and King Edward Prep. Are you familiar with that plan? Will they be fed as well as housed during this time?
Yes, we're familiar with the plan. The city of Johannesburg will be making available a few buildings as well that we own and all that, so that we can put them as temporary shelter, and then we'll be providing some basic minimum, basic food and all that. So bare minimum, so they are not in the streets trying to make a living. So we'll be working together with province to ensure that homeless people are taken care of.
Will essential services such as ambulances be running properly? If we need to call an ambulance, will it come? Will refuse be picked up? What about service delivery during this lockdown in Johannesburg?
We have announced that our essential services will include refuse removal, it will include water provision, it will include electricity, scaled down transport, and like bare minimum services that people would need. Let's say people who are on ESP, which is our expanded social package. So to pick it up, we're going to increase the frequency and encourage people to put their waste outside. Because remember, for hygiene, we need places to be clean. So those services will run as normal. In fact, more than normal.
Well, thank you very much. That's the Mayor of Johannesburg, Jeff Makuba, an assurance there that things are in place, that there will be a bit of a transition, a bit of an easing in tomorrow before things really get settled. But